We are the leading, progressive, new Irish whiskey producers, striving to bring the choice and breadth to the category that we feel that people are looking for today.
And hopefully a new generation of whiskey producers making interesting and innovative whiskies for that next generation of Irish whiskey drinker.
It's a very traditional industry. Irish whiskey has been made in a certain way for a long time, but we felt there was a lot of opportunities to bring different approaches and take inspiration from what's happening around the world.
We felt there was a role for somebody like ourselves to play to try and do things that we felt maybe weren't there within Irish whiskey.
To do that, we need a range of flavoursome, unique, differentiated Irish whiskies that people can discover and enjoy, and that's where we come in. Well, this is our small batch TEELING whiskey. It's our flagship bottling, it's our biggest seller, and it's our attempt to create a unique style of Irish whiskey that is similar to what people expect, but hopefully surprises them with the layer of flavour and complexity that they actually have.
The idea was to try and really reinvent perceptions of what blended Irish whiskey could be.
What we do differently is we hand select casks of grain and malt whiskey that's been aged for up to 6 years in bourbon barrels. We then blend it together and we put it back into a rum barrel to give it extra maturation that layers on top of this unique character and flavour that we're trying to deliver. If you bottle at 40%, you have to do a step called chill filtration.
And what chill filtering does is it removes flavour. So we thought, well, why would we want to do that? Let's leave the flavour in the whiskey.
So if you bottle at 46, 92 proof, you don't have to do that step. So you keep in the natural flavour. But straight away from the nose, you definitely get all that beautiful rum influence coming through.
You know, you can pick up the vanilla from the bourbon barrel as well.
I find that there's a real distinct rum raisin sweetness on the nose.
Yeah, it starts off lovely and sweet, and you get this beautiful spice influences coming through.
What you get towards the back, towards the finish, is a real distinctive woodiness that comes through, and that's coming from the rum cask.
It's all about having that balance. It's the sweetness, it's the spice, it's the wood influence, it's the fruit influence. There is a hint of all of them there to give this beautiful, overarching, unique taste profile that you can only get from the TEELING whiskey small batch. It's made as a sipping whiskey. It's strong enough also to be drunk over ice, but also perfect in cocktails. So what you normally get as a spirit from a single grain whiskey is very sweet and it's very light. And we found that if you put it into unique barrels, that's a beautiful template that you can layer on top of all these extra flavors. We found out that in particular, Californian red wine barrels, and in particular Cabernet Sauvignon wine barrels, worked exceptionally well to produce a very unique style of whiskey. And the TEELING whiskey single grain was born.
And it represents the core pillars or DNA to all of our whiskies. Again, 46 or 92 proof, non-chill filtered, and really looking at cask maturation and trying to be innovative with everything that we do. Most of our whiskies, the grain has been multi award winning, but however this is actually one world's best grain whiskey and something we're very proud of.
You get that lovely kind of sweetness that comes from the corn influence, but this layer of fruit and spice that comes through as well. It's so velvety smooth, it has a lovely sweetness to it, but it has this very distinctive wine influence that comes through, red berry, a little bit of spice, and has this really unique, dry, tannic influence that comes through at the end that kind of pushes down the palate and it kind of dries out your mouth like a good red wine should do. It definitely is a sipping whiskey, something that you can enjoy in the hands of a good craftsman. You could make very interesting craft cocktails, but you have to be quite delicate with it. This is TEELING single malt. What we wanted to create was a unique expression within the category of Irish single malt, but also that was unique in the world of single malt. So it could stand up against everything else and would have a very unique taste profile. So we took all our learnings from different types of wine, different types of cask maturation, and applied it. And what we have produced is a world-class liquid, which is 5 different wine casks, finished and matured expression of single malt.
Non-chill filtering or the higher strength we had seen had worked with single malts, just equated to more flavour.
On the nose, You get loads of tropical fruit. There's a sort of honey, like melon kind of sweetness there. And that's all coming from the white Burgundy cask. Straight away, there's this explosion of dried fruits, of red fruits, and of spiciness.
And this is all about the back of your throat. It's a fruit, really warming.
Lovely, long finish. For me, it has a beautiful balance to it.
From nose to taste to finish, it's still going.
Again, like all of our whiskies, 46, 92 proof. The whiskey is speaking for itself, but still very, very drinkable.
Definitely for this one, it's more after dinner drinks, so digestive for the whiskey connoisseurs. Sláinte. Cheers.